Hey friends, it's live and local in Atlanta, and I'm your host, Alyssa. I'm here with two doctors. One, two. I don't know if you can see that, but I sure can. Two doctors in the house to talk about the second annual Living Legends Gala. And you guys are going to be doing something super cool for two other physicians practicing here in Atlanta. Let's first and foremost welcome Dr. Gaffney and Dr. Hanshaw. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me, and how are you all today?
Doing great, and thank you for having us.
Oh, yay, thank you. Awesome. Let's talk about the Living Legends Gala. What is that? What does it mean? And, what can we expect with it?
Absolutely. So, we're the Thomas J. Blocker Society, which is the Morehouse College alumni in the health professions. So, doctors, dentists, pharmacists, nurses, all careers through the healthcare spectrum that are alumni of Morehouse College. Our society focuses on trying to help the next generation reach their goals of becoming healthcare professionals. And so, we host this gala to do two things. One is to pay tribute and celebrate those that have come before. So our two honorees this year are two wonderful leaders here in the local Atlanta and Georgia and even national healthcare landscape. Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice, noted obstetrician gynecologist and president and CEO, of the Morehouse School of Medicine here in Atlanta, Georgia, and our noted alumnus, Dr. Benjamin A. Blackburn II, who's a prosthodontist, community leader, nonprofit organization starter, and trustee emeritus of Morehouse College.
I have to ask, when I was doing a little bit of research, what is a prosthodontist?
So they're a specialized dentist. So he
Okay.
does your implants, teeth correction. So
Okay.
when you need, that next level of specification above a general dentist, then you would call an orthodontist or prosthodontist.
Okay.
And so they are your specialty dentists.
Let's talk about the Thomas J. Blocker Society, how it got started, and a little bit of the history behind it, and what are the requirements to be nominated at the Living Legends Gala?
Great. So the Thomas A. Blocker Society has been around since 2012, started by some of our current board members who wanted to give back. Essentially, that's the target. Our mission statement is to help the next generation of minority healthcare professionals achieve their great dreams. And so since then, we've grown in number and in terms of our programming, we help students with scholarships, test prep, academic preparation, clinical shadowing, mentoring, the whole gamut. Anything you need in order to make yourself a competitive applicant for medical, dental, pharmacy, nursing school, what have you.
Awesome. What can we expect at the second gala now? It is the second one, like I just mentioned. What's different from last year versus this year?
Well, thank you for asking. Much of the spirit of the gala we want to keep the same, which, as Dr. Gaffney alluded to, we want to focus our efforts on raising funds and providing support for our students of the next generation to become our next health professionals. So, the big focus here for our gala attendees and for our board is to raise funds. We sponsor a very nice event where we have a silent auction with multiple items available. We have various leaders in the healthcare industry, such as our pharmaceutical industries, our medical supply industry, as well as noted names throughout the healthcare spectrum, whether it be academics or business. We last year had a live band. We're working on our musical selection for this year. That was a very enjoyable treat for last year. As well, we are looking to have some noted dignitaries on our stage, including our master or mistress of ceremony, not to be named yet, but we're certainly looking forward to having them gin up some excitement and really just support for our goals.
Last year we had for a band Kenneth Whalum, Grammy award-winning saxophonist who's worked with Beyonce and Maxwell and you name Jay-Z. And our master of ceremonies was celebrity doctor Dr. Ian Smith. And so we have for both entertainment and for master and mistress ceremonies some really good names that once we get a little bit closer to the deadline, to the gala, we're going to announce, and we think that they'll bring an element to the gala that people will really enjoy.
So they're not name dropping, but they're saying it's gonna be somebody you want to see. So keep that in mind. how can people participate or help raise funds for the Thomas J. Blocker Society?
So the easiest way is to go to thomasjblockersociety.com. It's our website. There you'll have a donation tab, and if you're interested in participating and coming to the gala, which we all invite you to come here in the Atlanta community, and there's an events tab which has the ability to buy tickets and table sales. For anyone that wants to just donate and do sponsorships, that's also on the website as well.
What would you say, on a personal level, has been the most rewarding part of being a part of the society and giving back into the community?
Because I came a little bit before Dr. Gaffney at Morehouse, I'll take a little seniority here and say that the person whom the society is named for, Dean Thomas J. Blocker, was one of our premier faculty members at Morehouse College who was instrumental in helping and assisting Morehouse students get to the medical or health professional fields. When I say instrumental, I mean that if not for Dean Blocker, many of us would not be where we are today, both of us included. He was solely responsible for exposing students to various conferences at the student level as well as the national level once we had achieved our matriculation at Morehouse. He was instrumental in contacting deans of medical schools and professional schools to get us an interview or to have them take a second look at an application. These are the types of legacies that we want to continue now that Dean Blocker has left us. We want to continue that on for our future generations. So on a personal level, we just want to continue to recognize and acknowledge the forefathers, if you will, and certainly provide a pathway for those coming from behind.
Incredible.
And for me, to echo what Dr. Hanshaw said, I think now being, a little bit senior in this process and, speaking to students is when they call you and says, hey, Dr. Gaffney, I got into medical school. And they share in that celebration with you like they would their family, their friends. I tell them when I remember, that feeling and got that call that I got accepted to my first medical school, my first thought was don't die and I'm going to go to medical school, right? And so it's that, full 360 moment where you can help a student get to where you were.
What would you say is one piece of advice or a hot tip or a hot take for somebody who's a young adult in college? They're teeter-tottering on the thought of, should I go into the medical profession? What's one piece of advice you can give them?
Always believe in yourself. There have been plenty of people before you who have been successful and healthcare professionals. There will be people after you who will be successful healthcare professionals. I always think, why not me? And this is your opportunity to make an impact that will change your life, your family's life, and the lives of the patients you get to take care of.
Absolutely.
To piggyback onto that, I would say, without a religious context, having faith is a huge part of it. Having faith in yourself, having faith that good things are to come if you prepare, and certainly reaching out to your network, good things will come to you. It's really amazing at that level how a little bit of a phone call these days, a text or an email, could do so much to get a person to the next level. And it does take work, it does take intentional practice and focus. But with that in mind, having faith that the process will be as it's supposed to, as long as you're putting in the effort, will take you places.
Yeah, 110%. A mentor, what Dean Blocker was to us, what we hope to be or being to the next generation, is so paramount to the process.
Incredible. I want to circle back to the gala one last time. Let's get some basic information out of the way. When is it happening? How can people find out more information about it?
Sure.
And what can they do to help participate?
Absolutely. So it's Saturday, September 30th. It's at the beautiful Intercontinental Buckhead, Atlanta, right on Peachtree Street in Buckhead. The VIP reception starts at 6 p.m. The gala starts promptly at 7:30. It's going to be a fantastic time, good food, entertainment. Last year we had videos from Presidents Bill Clinton, Mayor Andre Dinkins. We've had we've had the silent auction, and we're adding an element of a live auction this year as well. So tickets, table sales can be found on our website, thomasdayblocksociety.com.
Awesome, awesome. And how can people stay in touch with you if they want to hear more about your incredible work that you both are doing in Atlanta and more? How can they stay in touch?
Sure. So on Instagram, the TJBS underscore 1867. Same thing for Twitter is our social media platforms that we post our programming and things like the gala and all the things that we do with our students and in the community.
Awesome, awesome. This is Live and Local Atlanta. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to stay up to date with exclusive conversations just like this, be sure and download the free Odyssey app today. That's AUDACY. Make sure you follow Star 94 across all social media at Star 94 Atlanta. And if you want to stay up to date with me, you can follow me across all social media at itsme_Alyssa D. I'll see you guys next time.